this was not never the goal, being a 9 pointer or whatever, we discussed, being an intern or whatever. But these achievements, these are all side effects of me being optimistic, even in time, whenever times were hard. And Pratyay is also an engineering student in the same college as I am, and we know, like, tough times do happen even for the best of us. And this is kind of a rat race. If you are only concerned about your academics or your CGPA, you'll quickly find yourself in a rat race, and that's something I've tried to avoid. I just try to learn whatever I can and just go and implement that in the exam.
Start. Okay. Hi guys, welcome back to another video. So I hope you all are doing good. So today we have a fun interview. So joining with us today we have Vaibhav Chopra. He's a very close friend of mine. Talking about his academics, in his first semester he had a GPA of 9.53. In his second semester he had a GPA of 9.86. And his overall CGPA is 9.72. He's a full stack developer. Also, he happens to be a paid intern as a web developer, which is a bit rare for a third semester student. So, Vaibhav, how are you doing today?
I'm doing great, bro. It's 9 a.m. in the morning, so which is kind of like 3 a.m. in the old times. But we have made it to this meeting, so it's great. And thank you for that kind introduction.
Thank you for joining. I will thank you later in detail later. Okay, so just jump into the questions. My first question to you is that as this video is meant for freshers, so I would just like to ask you, what was your initial thought about VIT when you joined as a fresher?
Yeah, so first of all, like, the first time I got to know about VIT was when I was filling forms to get into the different engineering colleges, right? I had never heard about VIT before applying for the different forms which you fill, like BITSAT, JE, and obviously VT. So that was the first time I heard about VIT. And then I got to know that this is the number one private engineering college in this country. And then I was like, okay, so maybe I should take this a bit more seriously. But eventually, when I got into VIT, I got to see the campus. I was quite awestruck. Like, I had obviously heard that it was quite huge, but I came for counseling in Vellore only. Like, if those who don't know, in VIT there is a counseling and you can attend in different places. This year, obviously, it was from your home only, but otherwise you have to go to the different campuses of VIT all across the country and attend your counseling where you get to choose your branch, right? But I came to Vellore all the way from Delhi because I thought that if you wanted to take admission in Vellore, you had to come to Vellore for counseling. So that was a misconception I had, and eventually that led me to reach VIT Vellore and see the campus. And then I was like, okay, if I'm taking admission in VIT, it's gonna be in this campus only. So then I came here. I made some amazing friends. Learned a lot. Got a chance to grow. So my initial impression of VIT is pretty good.
Okay. Talking about your academics, in your first semester, you scored a GPA of 9.53, which is very impressive. So, like, was it difficult to score so good, or is there some secret strategy or something you'd like to share?
Well, first of all, if we're talking about this, I think anybody who's watching this should have some perspective. I have some stats about being a 9 pointer. That first of all, you're meant, like, the number of 9 pointers is, the way the system is designed, meant to be quite low. It's a very zero sum game, in the sense that if there are winners in this game, somebody has to lose in order for there to be winners, right? Because due to relative grading, the curve of the class is meant to be a normal distribution. That's the way they have designed the system, right? And this is true for many engineering colleges, not just VIT. And also, the higher the chance of having a 9.8, let's say, the chance of your CGPA going down after you become a 9.8 pointer is more than your chance of your CGPA going down after you, like, for example, you are a 9.2 or 9.4. So I am pretty certain that after this semester, my GPA is going down overall. That's the way the system is meant to be, right? And especially in these circumstances where there is no additional learning and how exams and assessments are taken is uncertain. So that's a big factor. But so So if I have to tell you, like, if I had a trick or a secret for becoming a 9.53 pointer in the first semester, there is no secret to it as such. And I don't think, I think I did anything different than, hundreds of other people. Even I don't have, that, I don't prepare weeks in advance or something. I also, download materials and stuff just 1 or 2 days before exam, or at most 1 week before CAT. And even that's for those papers which I'm totally, not confident about. So I think what worked out for me in the first semester was the subjects were like interesting of sorts, and I took CSE, which was my interest, a branch of my interest. A lot of people don't do that. So I was kind of harnessing my strengths in that sense. Like we had subjects like Python
Yeah.
programming, which I love Python as a language, and being from CSE, that helped me because I was aware of the concepts. So I guess that's where I capitalized. Like I got like the maximum marks you could get in that subject. And there was also English, which is I could do well in that. And otherwise it's like the rest of it is like honest hard work, and in that also there is a big part of luck. Like if any 9 pointer says that it's solely because of their hard work, then that I guess is kind of untrue, because it's impossible for you to be totally uh, there is a big element of luck in this as well. Like if you had a good exam, there is a chance that somebody was not having such a good day, and maybe they kind of faltered in the exam, and that's not an indicator of how good or how skilled they are.
Okay, so thank you. But I now I you did said that hard work is important to be uh, good with academics. So what really motivated you to work this extra hard and get those good scores?
Yeah. So I have a funny answer to this, which a lot of people would not agree with. But most people would try to be 9 pointers to get a good placement. That might be their idea of
Yeah,
why to be a 9 pointer, because some companies set a benchmark that you have to be at least having this much CGPA to be able to
yeah.
sit for placements. Others might have a factor that, okay, this guy must be studying really hard if he's getting a CGPA, and he was like studying. So I don't think I belong to either of those categories, because I'm not really worried about placements as of now, because I see that something 1 or 2 years ahead of me, and right now I have a lot more to accomplish instead of just trying to hike my CGPA. I got stuff to learn. I got some projects
Yeah,
to
okay.
do, and I don't really just I don't like accumulating bookish knowledge that much, not anymore at least. So my motivation for becoming a 9 pointer, basically, at least in the first semester, was to get a good room in VIT. And those who don't know, there's
Yeah,
this rule in VIT that your CGPA decides what kind of room you're going to get. Like if
yeah.
you have a higher CGPA, you have a higher chance of getting the room you desire. And I wanted a better room.
Now
So with
eventually
my
you're
friends, so
not
I
getting into
remember
room because of COVID.
this time it's different. Like my effort kind of went to waste. But yeah,
No,
in
no.
the end, after everything was done, in the room counseling, I did get the room I want, and it was
Yeah.
like a very in demand room. So like those were the rooms that get filled the first, and you have to kind of put in an effort and secure a good NGPA, which is a normalized GPA. Pratyam would tell
Yeah.
you more about it,
Yeah,
I
I've
guess,
already
if you
made a
want to know
video on that.
in a
So
further video. Yeah, it's a different concept. It's different from GPA, different from CGPA. It's just a grade that's calculated in order to carry out room allotment, and the system is a little bit different.
okay, so now
That was my
topic.
motivation.
Okay, that's very interesting to know. Anyways, moving on now, I would like to discuss a few things other than your academics. You also happen to be a full stack developer. So how did you got into full stack development? As in first semester, there are not many subjects related to it.
Yeah. So first of all, like right after my board exams, 12th class
Yeah.
exams were over, and I was kind of free from preparing for these different competitive exams that go on my country for admission to engineering colleges. I had a few months in my hand, what to do with them. Either I could have went out and uh, maybe went on a vacation or something, or totally Netflix and chilled. But for
Netflix
some
and
reason,
chill.
I did not do that. I kind of explored Python, and Python automation and web development, a little bit of app development. So I was trying to explore the different domains. So web dev was one of them. Just just another field. But
Yeah.
when I got into VIT, and there are a lot of clubs and chapters that exist in VIT. The kind of work I got, like I got tasked to do make websites, and I helped a few clubs and chapters make their website as well for their events and whatnot. So that's how I got my start. But then obviously I at a later stage, about December of last year, I seriously got into backend web
Yeah.
development. And then I obviously the scale grows and you get to do bigger projects, and eventually through references and people noticing you working hard and making good projects, that's how you get your internships and you specialize in a domain.
Yeah, so actually, I wanted to ask about that. So I just want to know in detail, like how this you got as a paid intern into web developer, because not many people get that opportunity. So how it happened for you? I just want to know the things in detail, like you applied somewhere or get a reference or something.
In the different internships that I've had over the last 1 or 2 years, like a lot of them have been either they come from sources like LinkedIn or through personal contact. Generally, that's the demographic. So either way, you have to stay consistent, you have to work hard, you have to keep improving with each
Yes.
project that you have. There should be a you should be able to notice a gradual increase in the quality of your work over the projects that you have, be it your own projects or you are working at for some client in a freelance project, or you are working for a company. You should stay focused, you should stay consistent. And if you are not improving, then that you should be the only thing you should be worried about. If you're not if you feel that you're not improving, be it in a internship or not, right? Because I think what your main focus should be right now as a student is to establish yourself as one of the most talented people in your particular domain, and that does not happen just by wishing it. You have to put in the hard work to achieve. So that's my answer to it. That's my
Okay.
perspective.
So finally, I would just like to ask, do you have anything to say to the freshers who are joining now? Those who have just
Well,
completed the 12th. Yeah.
yeah. So I guess you don't need to be, and right now I'm talking to the freshers directly. You don't need to be worried about your CGPA and all this stuff right now that much. So see, what I would like to explain to you is that if I'm a 9 pointer right now, that's just a side effect of me being, sincere and wanting to enjoy this, 4 years of my engineering life and making new friends, and I obviously I maintained my sincerity throughout. I tried my best to do that, but this was not never the goal. Being a 9 pointer or whatever we discussed, being an intern or whatever. But these achievements, these are all side effects of me being optimistic even in time, whenever times were hard. And uh, Pratay is also an engineering student in the same college as I am, and we know, like, tough times do happen even for the best of us. And this is kind of a rat race. If you are only concerned about your academics or your CGPA, you'll quickly find yourself in a rat race. And that's something I've tried to avoid. I just try to learn whatever I can and just go and implement that in the exams, dude. Like, that's possible, and that is something you should strive for, not for the CGPA. Like, it's just a number, it will keep going up and down, and if you constantly worry about it, or that's a thing consciously pursue, then that will not do you much good. And that's my perspective. So don't worry if you're a fresher. Just focus on, you've already grinded for the last 2 years, I'm assuming, and you've already seen the output of being in a hyper competitive environment. And for the top 1500 15,000 to 30,000 students, it helps, right? But for the rest of them, it's quite hard to manage. So better you should focus on focusing on your all-round development, developing your career, instead of just focusing on the CGPA and not leaving these other domains unexplored, because this is the best time to do it in the college, right?
Yeah.
So that's my advice.
Okay. Thanks a lot, Vaibhav, for joining. I do know you have a lot of projects or interning at various places. So thanks a lot for making time for this. Okay, we'll see you soon,
Surely.
Vaibhav. Okay, so that was the interview today, guys. I hope you all have learned or gained something from this interview. If you want to connect with Vaibhav, you can connect with him on LinkedIn and follow him on Instagram. The links will be in the description. Vaibhav is a really nice guy. I'm quite sure that he will be more than happy to help you out. Now, if you have any other doubt, you have any question to ask, you can join our Telegram group. There are a lot of seniors who will be more than happy to help you out, to clear your doubts, to provide you study material, question papers, courses. And if you don't want to discuss your doubt publicly in the Telegram group or in the comment section, you can ask those doubts privately to us by DMing us on Instagram. You can anytime DM us. Follow our social media handles for regular updates. Subscribe to our channel so that we will be bringing out more interesting content like this to help the freshers of VIT. So I will highly recommend you to subscribe to our channel and please hit the like button. It really encourages our team to work more and to bring more quality content for you guys. So until then, I hope to see you guys soon. Until then, goodbye.